we have our session 2 training, which is all about the super system. So some of you may have seen this already if you're in the academy, if you're on the OPTC course. You'll definitely would have seen this because the super system pretty much underlines everything that we kind of do really within the academy, within the OPTC. And it's basically the one system for lead gen, sales and delivery, and it's tried and tested. And that's what I want to go through with you now. I want to go through this super system with you, explain where it comes from, explain why it works, and yeah, just give you a bit of a background into it and how you can maybe implement this. And then what I want to do is give you a resource to help you with setting up part of this super system and help you keep track of everything. So let's dig into it. So here we are. This is the most proven system ever. And I do honestly mean that. And the reason I mean that is because you literally see this everywhere. It's a fundamental baseline of a system. And it's kind of what I did before. It's actually what I wish I did as well. I did part of it, not all of it well, but I did part of it when I was doing my online training. But pretty much almost most programs you see will follow a version of this system. And it's the fundamental one that you can do and build on. And the reason I like this system is because it adapts to suit you. And it's a bit like a diet, I suppose. So, you know, if you go and do like a fitness business mentorship, sometimes what will happen is the person will go, okay, this is exactly what I did to be successful. Go and follow what I do. The problem with that is, as we know, if someone tries to sell you a diet, or you try to say to your client, this is a diet that worked for me, let's just follow that. You know it's not going to work. You know it's not. It might do for a handful of people, but for the majority, it won't work because they're going to have different caloric requirements. There's going to be different macro splits and stuff that they might need, or whatever it is, different lifestyle factors that are in play that allow them to do something or not do something. All those things matter. But what is the same as the fundamentals about what you're trying to do? If you're trying to lose weight, you're probably going to be in a calorie deficit. If you're trying to put size on, you're going to be eating more than what you actually burn off. So the fundamentals matter. And that's what this system actually does here. And this is actually based on nearly a decade's worth of data that we have taken from thousands of online fitness businesses. And we got all that data from our Done For You service. So with our Done For You service, we help people set up systems for their business. We have our Gold, which helps you set this particular system up I'm about to show you now. But we also have our Platinum, which is where we speak to the business owners, just like yourself, look at the systems you've got in place, look at the holes in that system, and then we build out something completely custom for them. And by doing that, what we effectively do is set up the system that you want as a business owner. And that allows us to gather data. We get to see what works and what doesn't. And this is no word of a lie. Almost all the time, the systems that work best are the ones that follow this process that I'm about to show you now. So if you want to have a higher chance, literally a 95, 96% chance of having a successful system underpinning your online fitness business, this is the system you want to be using. So let's go take a look at what it actually is. So here we are. This is the super system. Very, very simple to start off with. It's a lead magnet, a flagship offer, a membership, and a challenge. Now let's just break this down a little bit. We're going to start over at the very front here with the yellow one, which is the lead magnet. So your lead magnet is designed to help you attract new leads to sell your services to. That's what a lead magnet's job is to actually attract people in. You're basically going to exchange something for their email address, their phone number, their contact details, whether that's through social media or whatever it is. You're going to exchange something for that information so you can actually contact them. That's what you're trying to do here. And when you contact them, you're going to start nurturing that relationship. The best way to think about this lead magnet is kind of like a first date. Let's say you walk into a bar somewhere and somebody sees you, you're quite attractive in the corner, or they think, actually, quite attracted to that person over there. I want to go and speak to them. That's effectively what's happening with a lead magnet. You're starting that relationship with them. They've noticed you a little bit, noticed you from afar. They've maybe said hello every now and again, but now they're saying, actually, let's go on a first date. Let's see what this is like. That's what a lead magnet's job is. Now, there are things you need to do before that lead magnet. We talk about that within our client journey, which is something I'll talk about in some of the training we'll do later down the line. But let's think about this first date analogy here for this lead magnet. We're going to get them on a first date. So once you do that, you want to have a really good impression and to hopefully make them go on more dates with you. That's what we're trying to do down here with that lead magnet. Now, once you've nurtured that relationship from that first date and everything's going really well, you decide to get in a proper relationship with that particular person. And that's going to be your flagship offer. So your flagship offer is going to be the main thing that you offer to your clients. So this is going to be like a front end offer. In our case, we help you set up, or we give you literally a 12-week program that you can use that can then be adapted to suit your approach and the needs of your clients. Now, it doesn't always have to be 12 weeks. It can be less. It can be a bit more. The whole idea here is to have a fixed period of time. And in that fixed period of time, you're going to solve a specific problem. It just makes it a lot easier to sell it when you do that. And during this point, I like to call this the honeymoon period. The reason I call it the honeymoon period is because it's the best time to build your relationship with that new client. And by doing such a good job in that honeymoon period, what's going to allow you to do is to then upsell them or move them into your membership program. And this here is where all the retention is. And it's the retention when the money is actually made. So we always say the membership is your money maker. Your clients are going to progress into this, and as part of the academy, part of the OPTC and the Done For You service, we'll set up and give you literally a 12-month long program that's all automated, all the tracking content, everything that will run automatically for you to help retain your clients for the long term. And that is what the membership is all about. It's about retaining that clients, where most of the money is actually made in pretty much every online fitness business. It generally is in the back end. It's about retaining the clients for as long as possible and making as much income from them during that time that you're actually working with them. And that's where the key part of your setup is going to be. It's actually going to be in your membership. In order for that to work, what you need to do is do such a good job in your flagship program that it almost becomes a no-brainer decision to continue working with you in your membership. So it's important that you structure that flagship program in a certain way. You solve particular problems for them. You make upsells to them at the right time. Most people wait too long for doing upsells. They wait to the end of the program and have a conversation. Don't do that. You should be literally making these upsells halfway through the program, maybe 2/3 at the latest. Any later than that, you're going to risk losing that client. You want to do it early on. And then in those first maybe 4 weeks of the program, the first quarter of the program, really over deliver on the support and help. Make sure you're getting people moving through that program, getting the best results possible for them, because that investment of your time during that flagship program is going to be what's going to make the difference in terms of making lots of income on the back end for that membership. That's your membership one over here. And then next up, we have our challenge. Now, you notice our challenge is popped down here at the bottom. I haven't mentioned that yet. That's because the main structure, the main flow here is lead magnet, flagship program, which is a paid program, membership, which is a paid, normally subscription-based program, but you can have upfront payments and things like that. So that's that program on here. Down here, we have our challenge. So the idea of this, again, we help you set up a 10-day challenge to start off with, and it's designed to clean up any leads that didn't take up your flagship offer. We call this the convincer. So what will happen sometimes is you go on a first date with somebody, your lead magnet, and it might go well, it might be okay and enjoy it, but they're still not 100% confident about making that commitment to you and having a full-on relationship with you. So you have to go on a few more dates with them, or sometimes you may have to do something a little bit special, put a little bit of work in to try and say, look, I'm the best person for you here. I'm the one that can really help you the most. That's what the challenge is going to do. So with these challenges, again, we recommend a 10-day one. We recommend you run them a few times a year. And the idea is to offer that out to anybody that's taking your lead magnets and use that as a way of converting them into your main flagship program. And again, these can be free. They can also be paid. It's entirely up to you. I wouldn't recommend you have them too long. I'd keep your challenges quite short as well. And make sure it's very specific to the avatar that you're working with as well. So that's the process. That is basically the super system process. And you'll probably find, no matter what kind of business you look at, you'll find something that looks like this. They'll have a lead magnet or multiple lead magnets that are being run out there to help attract people in and swap something over. And then they'll try and get you into one main offer. They might have slightly different versions of that same offer, but it's probably going to be one main offer that they'll put out there. There might be split payments, there might be something like that, but there's one main thing they'll try and get you into first. Then what they'll do is once you've been for that program, they'll move you into this back-end offer. And sometimes you'll never even know that even exists, but I promise you it is there. And then you'll find every now and again they'll have the odd challenges, courses, or something like that that will go out to people that's already signed up to one of their lead magnets to offer them something else. It's normally a very low price thing. You'll see like a £27, £97, £50, normally sevens, normally like 27, 47, 7, 97, that kind of thing. You'll find that down here. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be called a challenge. It's just what we put it as a term. But you'll notice people do that all the time, and it works. It's a system that works time and time and time again. It has done for way over a decade now, and you can see it pretty much in every business that sells stuff online follows this fundamental process in terms of actually making sales. So let's just break this down a bit more. Where do you focus on first? So when you're building out something like this, you might be thinking, oh crap, Ash, where do I start? Well, of course, you can come join us over at the Academy and we can help you settle this up. If you don't want to do with the tech side of it, you can come join us on the Gold Done For You service and we'll literally build it all out for you as well. But if you're going to do this yourself, this is how I recommend you do it. Flagship first, flagship offer. A lot of people spend too much time worrying about lead magnets, worrying about all these other things first, and they don't get their offer right. So focus on your flagship offer first. Think about what is the problem that flagship program is going to solve for you, and think about what kind of things you're going to include in that program. And the best way to go and do this is have a good understanding of who your avatar is first. So try and figure out who you actually want to help, what's the biggest problem you solve for that person, and then build a program around that. And I'm going to give you a resource in a minute that you can have access to help you plan all that out. I'll show you on the screen shortly exactly what it is and how you can get hold of it. Now, once you've done that, you're going to start running clients through it. Go and sell that service. Literally go and sell that service to people. Get people into it. You can run it as a beta program first if you want to. Once you've ran people through it, you're going to get feedback from them. So you're going to ask them for feedback. You're going to ask them for referrals. You're going to ask them for testimonials, all these important things. Ask them those questions. Once you've done that, you're going to use that feedback to A, improve your flagship program, but B, start building out your membership. Now, again, we've done a lot of this research for you. We have all this data already, and then we will help you tweak and adapt this to suit the needs of your business. But if you're doing it on your own, use this information here to decide what you're going to put into your membership program and start building out the content for it. Sell people into your membership program and just keep building it based on their feedback. Don't spend too much time building this all out first, because you're just going to end up changing it anyway. I promise you'll change it no matter what you build out. Because all it's going to be is best guess of what you think your clients might want when they sign up. So you are going to adapt it based on feedback. Once you've done that, what's going to happen then is we're going to start looking at the lead magnet. So you're going to use all the interviews. So that's basically asking for testimonials, getting feedback. You're going to be chatting to them through these interviews, and then you're going to use that to create your lead magnet. So when you're speaking to people, maybe on sales calls, you're asking for that feedback. Maybe you do some testimonials with them or videos with them. You're chatting to them about it. And part of that process is asking the right questions. And some of those questions are going to be, why did you start this program in the first place? What was life like before joining my program? What's life like after joining your program? What's your experience been like going through the program? How has your life changed compared to what it was like before? All those questions there are going to give you absolute gold dust when it comes to creating your lead magnet, because you can highlight the key things from there and go, okay, this lead magnet is going to solve this little problem for them. It's going to solve this problem. It's going to solve this problem. And when you can create a lead magnet that solves a particular problem for them, that then is going to help attract them in and then move them onto your flagship program. That's also going to be gold dust for creating content as well. So if you're going to create social content, advertising, things like that, absolute gold dust for you there. Then once you've got those done, we look at a challenge and we start running a challenge. You'll run these 3 to 5 times a year, again, based on the feedback from here. Think about challenges that can help people, are going to help your avatar, going to help your client. And again, you're just going to offer them to people that sign your lead magnet. And it's going to take them that extra step closer to joining your flagship offer. So that is exactly what I would recommend you do when starting something like this. And to help you build out this flagship offer, we've actually got together a tracking sheet. Now, this is actually a tracking sheet that we use at Peter Ninja for our Done For You service. We use this to organize the coaching content that goes into programs. We decide what day it's going to go out to them. We talk about the pain points to address, how long the program is, how you're going to deliver it, what the program name is, description of the item or content, where it's actually stored, so how you're going to deliver it. So, for example, it could be a Peter Distinction, it could be in the coaching items, it could be in programs. And then we talk about a link to that content directly if we have it. It's not always possible, but if we have it, it's great. We have something called SMART, which is a content approach that we talk about in the OPTC course and obviously in the Academy, which is basically called Simple, Measurable, Accountable, Results Driven and Transparent. And by following this process here, it ensures that you have the best structure for your coaching content. And that having the right structure for your coaching content, especially in your flagship program, is going to increase the chance of people actually continuing working with you. So that's why I follow that approach in there. And then you can identify the type of content it is, so it's very clear about how much content media is actually put into your program. So is it going to be video heavy, is it text heavy, and so on. and what the purpose is. Is it an onboarding piece of content, movement, nutrition, and so on down here? And if you click other, we always question, okay, if it's other, then why is it actually there in the first place, to decide whether I actually need it or not? And then I also assign who is responsible for it, whether it's me as a coach, somebody else is responsible for managing that particular thing. And in this case with the platinums, if we're doing the SOP setup, because sometimes we'll help set up the SOPs and processes for the business too, we'll put the SOP link in there as well, so everything's together. So it's nice and clear what people need to do. Now, you can have a copy of this. If you want a copy of this planner, all you need to do is in the comments just below this, just literally type in planner, and we'll send a copy straight over to you so you can actually work on this and use it. So there you go. That is your planner for your flagship program. This is the super system, and it is literally the best system, tried, tested, and proven for client acquisition, client delivery, and client retention. It literally works. So if you're going to do anything, focus on this first, adapt and adjust it from feedback over time. Now, as always, if you want any help and support with doing any of this, you can come join us over in the PT Ninja Academy. This here is all about support, coaching, and community. It's all in one place. And it basically means you're not going to be alone, because we're going to be there alongside you, helping you build, launch, and grow a successful online fitness business. And you can actually join the Academy today for only £97. Pay £97 per month and have access to all this, all the resources, everything that you need, all the help and support for building your business. Now, if you want to find out more about that, just head over to ptninja.com/academy. You can go and check it out in there.